Hi guys, and welcome to what might potentially be one of the best one-team franchises we are going to ever do on this channel. For Madden 17, that is, anyway. As you can probably tell by the thumbnail and the title of the video, we're going to be using the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they have arguably the best player in the NFL at the moment, with Antonio Brown as our #1 wide receiver. And with Big Ben and Le'Veon Bell also on offense, scoring shouldn't be hard with this team. Defense, on the other hand, might be a bit different. I'm going to start from the preseason here. But as I said, defense won't. We're going to have to upgrade the defense. We do have one of the best free safeties in the game in the GOAT, Mike Mitchell, but we're still going to have to upgrade all the other areas. So hopefully we'll actually start from pre-season, because I tend to be getting a few glitches where it doesn't let me start from pre-season. So guys, this is the starting team, and it looks absolutely insane. I mean, we've got at least B in near enough every position. Obviously, wide receiver #3 with Marcus Wheaton could be better, but if you look at those stats, those aren't bad stats, to be honest. He's 25 years old, so he's going to grow. And we've already got Antonio Brown as a wide receiver, who's got superstar development there, as you can see, 28 years old. And we also have Martavis Bryant, who I wouldn't be too unhappy if he was my #1 receiver, let alone #2. Good O-line here. Defense does need work. We definitely need a new D-line. And we need to change, to be honest, most of the defense needs work. I mean, I was going to single out certain areas. The only areas where we are good, to be honest, Ryan Shazier and Lawrence Timmons aren't bad. Harrison's also not too bad, but he is insanely old at 38. So we'll probably be looking to move him on if we can. And everywhere else does need upgrades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the team around a fair amount. Offense, not sure how much I'll change, but I definitely will change the defense. And hopefully we can get something sort of reminiscent of the good old days of the Steel Curtain. So guys, with the first trade of the season, I'm going to get rid of Harrison. To be honest, the only reason I'm getting rid of him is because he's 38 and he's probably going to retire next year. I've also given up, this is quite a big trade, to be honest. I've given up a 2nd and 3rd round draft pick for Matthews, a left tackle from the Falcons. And we needed a left tackle. That was the one weakness of the O-line. But I'm going to get in a lot more defensive players now. Right guys, so the next trade we've done, once again, we've given up quite a lot, but we've got a huge player in. We've got Jadeveon Clowney in. And we've given up Foster, Moats, and a 1st round draft pick. So we haven't got a lot of draft picks this year. I'll be relying on the draft next year to get us a lot of good players in. But that does put us in quite a good shape at the moment. As you can see, I'll go to the team and see where we're standing. We've got Clowney as right end. What I might do is I might move him to right outside linebacker. And then we'll have pretty good linebacker core. We'll have to probably get a left outside backer in as well. And a defensive tackle. They're the two main things I'm looking for. And then I'll upgrade the other areas in the following seasons. But at this point, I'm pretty happy with the team. We don't really have a left guard either. But there's a few holes that I'm making. But I can fill them in probably next season. That is the goal. So guys, the third trade I think is a pretty big one. We've given up Lawrence Timmons. And to be honest, we've given up a few starting players here. But we're getting the 1st round draft pick from this year and next year, which is massive. Because I'll be able to trade them for more players in the next trade. So guys, I decided to sim halfway through the season. And we're 5-2. We've got a very good record going. We're currently top of the division. I mean, it's tight at the top, so I can't say we're top by a lot. But we are still top. So we'll look at the team stats, see how the team is doing overall. Looks like Big Ben has been injured. And we're still doing quite well. Which is very surprising, to be honest. Yeah, as you can see there, Ben Roethlisberger was injured quite early on. And he wasn't even doing that great, to be honest. To be honest, Landry Jones has been doing very, very well. Rushing yards, Le'Veon Bell is absolutely crushing it on 600 yards out of only 140 carries. So that's a high average. I'll definitely take that. With D'Angelo Williams is also doing reasonably well in there as well. On receptions, Antonio Brown, as you'd expect, is on for a phenomenal year. 5 touchdowns already, 614 yards with Landry Jones at quarterback. So he is having a great year. Are we giving up a lot of sacks? Doesn't look like we're giving up tons. Jake Matthews is giving up a few. Marcus Gilbert as well. But on the whole, that's not too bad. And on defence, of course, Ryan Shazier is going to be at the top with Jadeveon Clowney bringing up second place pretty well. Sacks, doesn't look like we aren't doing great in sacks, to be honest. I'd expect a lot better than that halfway through the year. Interceptions, Mike Mitchell is just phenomenal. 3 interceptions, averaging nearly 20 yards per interception as well. Forced fumbles, got a few of them as well, actually. Don't usually get too many. Ross Cockrell coming up with them. Wouldn't expect him to be number 1 forced fumble. Jadeveon Clowney, and are there any defensive touchdowns? There is one, and it's Mike Mitchell, of course, who he's just so good in this game. Don't know what it is about him. He's just so phenomenal. He is. He's pretty much the MVP of the series, as he is in every other series. But what I'll show you is I might show you a little bit of the scouting this year as well. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to trade picks down quite a lot this year, because I've got the number 1 pick, so I'll probably trade it down a few times and get a lot more picks on the whole. Positions we just need defensive, really. So what I'm going to do, to be honest, anyone besides left ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scout all the people who aren't offensive, they're defensive, and I'll see sort of where these guys are going to go in the draft, and I'll keep trading down until there's someone who I think he'll be the guy for the team. Guys, we have made it to the wildcard round. More than happy with that. Team looks like they've done pretty well. We have been back in the starting lineup with Landry Jones stepping down from our starting quarterback spot halfway through the year. Everyone else seems like they're doing pretty well. Pretty good XP on people. Ryan Shazier looks like he could have won an award with that 30,000 XP. He's going to get a huge boost once we spend that. We are against the Bengals now, who went 11-5. We went 9-7, so I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest, considering we're in building stage with the team, to be honest. Looks like we did very well over. I'll see if we got any awards, actually. I'm guessing Ryan Shazier had to get something. Tom Brady MVP. I don't think we'll get anything in MVP because Ben was injured. We will look, see who got anything elsewhere. None of our guys there. Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. Ryan Shazier came 4th. So, not sure where he got all that XP from, to be honest. Paxton Lynch. Offensive Rookie of the Year. None of our guys there. And Ogba as Defensive Rookie of the Year. And we did get someone there. We got Javon Hargrave. I mean, that's not too bad. I'm not sure where Ryan Shazier got all that XP from, to be honest. We'll look at the stats. Maybe he did some insane things stat-wise. Been out half a season. Getting 2.8k isn't bad, if you ask me. I'm pretty happy with that. Rushing. Le'Veon Bell did very well. D'Angelo Williams also got 600. Looks like Le'Veon Bell got injured as well from that. Yeah, he was out for 3 games, which is quite frustrating. Hopefully we won't get injuries to the big players next year or the year after. Antonio Brown, 1.3k. Marcus Wheaton nearly getting over 1,000. And Martavis Bryant getting 740 there. They all played all the games. So luckily for us, Antonio Brown didn't get injured. He did very well. Don't get me wrong. That's a very good season. But I was hoping he'd be top on the receptions list. Blocking. Obviously, we're going to give up a lot of sacks. No matter who you have there, you give up a lot of sacks. Ryan Shazier was the standout defender. That might be why he got all the XP. Jadeveon Clowney also did well. And Vince Williams. No matter who your linebacker is. Your middle linebacker, that is. They seem to do insanely well. Didn't do well on sacks. We did terrible on sacks, actually. We really need to beef up our defensive line. Interceptions. Mike Mitchell coming top on 5. As he does. Forced fumbles. Doesn't look to have changed too much. And defensive touchdowns, just the one from Mike Mitchell. So what I'll do now, I'll play through the postseason a little bit. Or sim through the postseason a little bit, should I say. And we'll see where we are. See if we get to the Super Bowl. Actually, I'll just sim through to the Super Bowl now. I'll spend the XP at the end of the year. That's probably what I'll do in all of these rather than spend it throughout. Didn't make it to the Super Bowl, unfortunately. Let's see how we actually ended up doing. Post-season. We beat the Bengals. We destroyed them. And then we lost to the Chiefs which is very, very agonising there in the divisional playoff. I was thinking we could beat someone like the Chiefs, but, you know, fair play to him for winning. What I'll do is I'll spend the XP now and I'll jump into the draft. Or I might jump into... might jump into the off-season. If we pick up anyone there, I'll let you guys know. But if not, I'll just jump straight into the draft. So, what I've done is I traded the first round, first pick for the 14th, 16th and the second round next year. So next year we'll have some huge bargaining power if we don't trade it away this year. But I'm really happy with that because there wasn't anyone I insanely wanted early on. There's quite a few players I'm happy to pick between. So hopefully the few players that I do want don't get taken off the board. I'll see what offers are available as per usual. No one actually wanted to trade outright for the first pick, which is quite strange, but see if anything good is here. Nothing great. I mean, that Bengals pick is quite tempting. I'm going to see who's still on the table, actually. So a position we really do need is defensive tackle. This guy looks like he could be an absolute beast, actually. 6'6", 23 years old, from Clemson. Kiffery Tolbert. I think I'm going to take him. Ranked 31. He's got quick development. 76 overall, so he's not terrible. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. We just needed a good defensive tackle, and he'll definitely do the job for us. So with this pick, I can't really find a good trade, so I think I'm going to get Marquise Herring Jr. I'll move him to right end from left end. He looks decent. He doesn't look like he's a first round pick, but then no one in this draft actually looks fantastic, to be honest. So I'm hoping he'll be up there. He's ranked 29th overall, quick development, 76 overall. I'll move him over to right end, and he should do a good job there. So I'm pretty happy with that. Could be a lot worse. I mean, he's ranked 29 overall, and he's 76. That shows you how bad this draft actually is. So I think I might have found the gem. It says he's a late 6th rounder here. I'm hoping that's a lie. I mean, if you look at his combine, he's first, third, first, second. So he should be insanely athletic, and hopefully his other skills are the ones I have to upgrade. So I'm going... I mean, it's a 4th round pick, so it's nothing insane to give up, but I don't want to miss the chance on getting him. So Deron Polite, 140 overall. We drafted him at 122. I was hoping we'd come up with a little gem there. Unfortunately, we haven't. Not sure how he got those combine stats, to be honest, but that's quite disappointing, to be honest. I was hoping he would have been an absolute gem. What I'm going to do now, I think I'm just going to advance to the end, maybe see if we can get a few good trades here or there, but I doubt it. So, the first trade of the second season, we've managed to get in J.J. Watt. I'm going to move him to right end, and we did give up Ben Roethlisberger, but he's already gone down 2 ratings. This season, he'll probably go down 2 or 3 again. He was highly injured last year, so I'm probably going to trade for a big quarterback, and hopefully that will come off big for us this year. So to get the quarterback in, what we've done is given up 2 third-round picks for Brock Osweiler off the Texans again. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think we've overvalued him. I think we got him pretty cheap, to be honest. So I'm very surprised this one came off. We're going for Brandon Marshall from the Broncos, arguably one of their most underrated players, for a 1st round draft pick and a 4th round draft pick. And we still got our 1st round first pick in there, which we can trade off for insane value. Maybe now or maybe later in the year. So guys, we are halfway through the season and we're 5-2. Big Brock is doing insanely well at the quarterback spot. Got a few players we will have to sign on. Jadeveon Clowney, Martavis Bryant, Jake Matthews and Ryan Shazier are the 4 guys that we're going to have to sign on. Rest of them we can just let them go and go from there. But if you guys are enjoying the episode up to this point, Let me know by smashing a like on the like button and commenting down below what sort of video you want to see next on the channel. More than happy to do more videos like this, or the Ultimate Team series, or the Black Knight series. Not sure what I'm going to do next, so let me know down below in the comments what you want to see next. This is how the team's looking. The team is looking phenomenal. Unfortunately, Shazier is injured, and he is one of the key components of the team. So it's quite unfortunate that he has picked up that injury. But everywhere else, we're looking pretty decent. JJ Watt's obviously going to have good stats. I mean, he's 99 rated, so there's no reason why he shouldn't. And as you can see, Brock Osweiler there is doing insanely well. I didn't expect him to do that well. 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, so that's pretty good stats. I'll take that with 2,000 yards. And he is the only guy really who's done anything in the quarterback position. Le'Veon Bell has had a good rushing year. Terrence West is doing terribly. 3 yards average each time. And it doesn't look like we're on for many 1,000 yard seasons. Antonio Brown should be able to get there as long as he doesn't get injured. He's getting a lot of receptions, which is what we want. And he's averaging high yards per reception, which I suppose that is what he's known for. Getting those good catches and just working his way upfield after the catch, things like that. And on defence, Brandon Marshall, as expected, has been phenomenal. I think he might be one of the best middle linebackers in the game, actually. I mean, he's so underrated. He's not one of those people that you think, oh, he's absolutely ridiculous. But he just goes under the radar and he performs very well. And JJ Watt there on 9.5 sacks. Brandon Marshall once again leading the interceptions as well. Proving he is one of the best players on the team for us. Forced fumbles, you expect JJ Watt to be up there with that as well. Do we have any defensive touchdowns? Doesn't look like we do. But what we'll do is we'll jump through to the end of the season and see how we're faring at the end of the year. So guys, we actually went 11-5. I did expect us to do better than that, to be honest. I thought it'd be a 12-4, considering we were 5-2 halfway through. But Brock Osweiler hasn't slowed down. Not sure. Slowed down. Definitely slowed down there. 4.7 thousand. That's phenomenal. 35 touchdowns with only 13 interceptions, was that? Didn't quite catch it. But his stats are looking really good. He got to the Pro Bowl, which is good for him, considering he's not been in the league that many years. It was 13 interceptions. Le'Veon Bell, unfortunately, looks like he might have got injured there. 760 yards, yeah. With 9 games, that's pretty good. And Terrence West, 3 average yards per carry, has been terrible. He's been absolutely awful. I'm probably going to get someone else in instead of him. That's terrible stats. That's just horrible to look at. I mean, if Le'Veon Bell would have been in his place, who knows what he could have done. On offense, yeah, we've got 2 1,000 yard receivers. Wheaton seems to be getting all the catches for some reason. Antonio Brown, I'll take 1,100. I mean, it should be a bit better considering he is the best wide receiver in the game, 99 rated. But I'll take that. Obviously, he's going to get in the Pro Bowl again. 6 Pro Bowl appearances now. And he's not regressing just yet. I think 1 or 2 more seasons he might start to regress. Unfortunately, Jake Matthews seems to be a sack-letting machine. Quite frustrating considering he's the only O-lineman I think I've bought who I thought would be the answer to a few of our problems. Brandon Marshall once again just coming up big. JJ Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, the 2 Texans players coming up big for us again. The right-hand side must have been horrible for offenses to attack, or the left-hand side for them to attack on. But Brandon Marshall, I just can't sing this guy's praise enough. He didn't get to the Pro Bowl. Didn't expect that. I mean, he's 91 rated, and he's had that good a season. You'd expect him to. Seems to have done really well for us in every category. JJ Watt did very well in sacks, as you can see there, as I said a minute ago. But everyone just seems to be playing very well. We could do with some new cornerbacks, to be honest. Defensive touchdowns, 2 for Jadeveon Clowney there. That's really nice. And the defense, most of them played the whole year. So that might be why we did quite well. As you can see, offense, 3rd overall. Very good first week there. Got the AFC and offense and defense player of the year. So not going to complain about that. We'll see the yearly awards. I'm pretty sure JJ Watt got MVP from what I read a minute ago. Brock Osweiler, nearly MVP. I think he might have deserved it the season he had. He had a phenomenal season, but obviously Aaron Rodgers is going to get that. And Blake Bortles gets ahead of us, which is quite annoying. Khalil Mack, number 1. JJ Watt, number 2. Brandon Marshall, number 7. So getting 2 players on the Defensive Player of the Year roster. Nothing to sniff at. Rookie of the Year, Devin Spruill. Don't even remember picking him up. But I suppose he played quite a lot of the year because Le'Veon Bell was injured. And Griffey Tolbert doing okay on the defence there. To be honest, I just needed a solid defensive tackle. And he seems to have provided that. So what I might do, I might jump through a few trades for next year if we don't get through to the Super Bowl now. So we didn't get through to the Super Bowl. And we need to shore up the defence a little bit more. And this pick is going to do that. We're going to get Khalil Mack at left end. He seems to be very easy to trade for the Raiders. Not sure why. Give a first round pick into Castro. So it's not a low trade by any stretch of the imagination. But he is going to shore up the defence massively. We're giving up a big O-lineman. So our O-line isn't going to be as good. But with a defence like this, I expect us to be doing insanely well. We also got Darius Slay in, as you've probably seen there. So we got the wildcard game. 12-4. This, I think, might be the season we get the Super Bowl. If you look at the team, it's absolutely insane. Look at that team right there. A's in so many places, at least B- in a lot of key areas. I mean, quarterback is obviously a very key area, but Brock Osweiler seems to just perform no matter what. Antonio Brown's starting to regress a little bit, and he's injured. I'd love to get Sammy Coates involved a bit more, but he's got slow progression, so he doesn't get any better, which is very frustrating, because I love Sammy Coates as a player. I think he's a great player, and I'd love to get him involved since it's the Steelers team. I don't think I'm going to use him on any other team. But his progression just isn't good enough. He won't get better for us, which is very frustrating. Let's have a look at the stats here. Brock seems to be doing quite well there from what you could see. Didn't play all year. Played most of it, though, so he got over 4,000 yards. 31 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. Not bad. I'll take that. Le'Veon Bell with a great rushing year. We did keep Terrence West, and his production has still stayed terrible, so I will never be picking him up in any other franchise mode series. Antonio Brown, 1,300. I'll take that. Martavis Bryant and Wheaton, both going for the higher spot there. Both very good. Sammy Coates, I'd like to see him doing a bit better. Like I say, I'd love to get him in the team, but you just can't. I mean, slow progression means it's pretty much pointless. Jake Matthews and Conklin there getting in. Well, they're letting up a lot of sacks, to be honest. We got in a lot of good signings this year, actually, which I didn't show. We got Travis Frederick and Zach Martin in as well, who were huge signings. So this is the year that I wanted to win the Super Bowl. And JJ Watt with 23 sacks half at the end of the year. Jesus. That is phenomenal. That might be an NFL record, actually. I'm not sure whether that beats the record or not. I think 22.5 might be the record, but I could be wrong there. Interceptions. Brandon Marshall with 8. That's disgusting. For a middle linebacker getting 8 interceptions, he has to be up there for Defensive Player of the Year. With a forced fumble as well. Ryan Shazier getting 2 of them. Middle linebackers just seem to be destroying it this year. Seem to be absolutely smashing it. So it's a touchdowns. None of them this year, so that is a bit of a regression on last year. But first in the NFL on offense, and the defense seemed to step up as well. So we should be up there challenging for the Super Bowl this year. I'll be pretty disappointed if we don't make it to the Super Bowl. Brock Osweiler getting number 6 this time on the MVP. Le'Veon Bell getting number 8 as well. So you've got 2 players challenging for MVP. You can't shake your head at that. That's Le'Veon Bell just missed out on Offensive Player of the Year for AFC as well. Not sure how he's above Brock Osweiler, but we're getting close to it. We're getting very close to it. If we don't win the Super Bowl this year and we go on to next year, we should get it. And the Steelers are 1, 2, and 6 on Defensive Player of the Year. That's insane. That should be a Super Bowl right there. As you guys know, defense wins championships. So we should be at least challenging for it. Haven't got Offensive Player Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we're 5 and 6 with Frost and Carey. Carey I did trade for. Probably not going to show that because, I mean, the reason I'm not showing these trades is because the time it takes to get these trades in at reasonable prices is absolutely unreal. But what I'll do here is I'll advance to the Super Bowl and see if we get there, and if not, I'll do one more season afterwards. So let's find out if we make it to the Super Bowl. And we do make it to the Super Bowl. We're against the Rams as well. They went 9-6-1. I'll definitely take that, to be honest. I mean, we're 12-4. Our overall should be in the 90s at least as well. See if we got anyone injured. On defence, it didn't look like it, and on offence, Antonio Brown is still injured, which is a little bit sour. I'm a little bit sour about that, to be honest. We'll spend our XP here, give us hopefully that last little push we need to get the Super Bowl. I mean, I just want to win the Super Bowl, to be honest. I love this Steelers team. I might play a year or two after the Super Bowl if we do win it. I'll see how I'm feeling at the end of the Super Bowl. But if you look at that team, that O-line is amazing. Backfield's amazing. I mean, everything's amazing there. Wide receivers. Antonio Brown, with Antonio Brown in, we would have easily the best offense in the league. And a defense, once again, it's the best defense in the league as well. We've got Darius Slay there, 89. We got Carey there. The first round pick, cornerback as well, who we traded for. So if this isn't our year, it's going to be a little bit harder next year because this is sort of a one-year team. People are going to start regressing. So we're going to go with play the moment, and I'm probably just going to skip through every play the moment. We're 91 overall against an 81 overall Rams. This should be an absolute blowout. I mean, I'm hoping we shut them out, to be perfectly honest. I think we could do it. Considering we're 91 rated, they're only 81 rated, I'd expect something like that. So if you guys think we are going to win the Super Bowl, drop a like on the video down below. Let me know what your thoughts have been on the episode. Let me know if you want to see something different in series like this. I know a few other people do series like this. And let me know what you think I could do different, or if you want to see any challenges in franchise mode, like me trying to get every first round draft pick. I'd love to give that a go. I've always thought about giving it a go. And if you guys want to see something like that, more than happy to do it. But like I said, if you want to see anything specific in the series, just let me know. Because at the end of the day, this series is for you guys. I mean, I love playing it, obviously. But it is for you guys. So we'll jump into the Super Bowl. I'll just skip the intro and get right into it because we're going to be simming through it. And you guys can watch every single play. We'll go fast and we're just going to skip every single moment. I want the simming to do all the work. And the team that I built, I want them to be the ones that win the Super Bowl. So we're 7-0 up. The Rams might pull something back here. They look like they might. They did turn it over, actually. Good, fortunately for us. We're going to drive our way downfield a little bit. We're in their red zone. Can we punch it in? Looks like we'll go for the field goal. 10-0. That's 2 possessions. And we're straight back to 10-7. The Rams were not having that. They're not lying down. Fair play to them. 10-7. 17-7. Going into the second half. 14-7 straight away. I mean, as soon as we score, the Rams retaliate instantly. But we're keeping it a 2-possession game on 24-14 there. More than happy with that. Hopefully we can drive forward just a little bit. And the Rams, they get a field goal. I am happy with how it's going. 3 minutes left. We just need a field goal to seal the game. We get a big field goal there. That was a huge field goal. They turn the ball over, and we're just going to close the game out by the looks of it. Trying to get me to play every single moment here. Don't want to do it. We'll take the field goal. 30-17 win. And we win the Super Bowl with the Steelers after 3 years. Only 3 years there. And I think we sort of built up the steel curtain that they're known for, having a great defense. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to sign off, let you guys watch the celebration in the background, and hopefully you have enjoyed the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you have, and I'll see you guys soon for another video.
When it's all said and done, you see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get hit from a little. I know you're terrified by what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. get wild when we command.